Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to King John. I am Pemberton. This is part 2, and the fragile piece is torn to pieces by a man in a red hat. Cardinal Pandulph, the Pope's legate, sweeps in to excommunicate John for defying Rome, and forces the King of France on pain of his own damnation to break his fresh oath and fight England again. Battle is rejoined, young Arthur is taken captive, and behind a smile John draws his man Hubert aside and breathes the word he dares not say plainly, that the boy must die. Arthur's mother Constance runs mad with grief and goes to her grave. The cold Cardinal calmly reckons that Arthur's death will only hand England to the French. And then, in a small room, a man with a heated iron and a warrant comes to put out a child's eyes and finds he cannot. Let us go on.
Constance enters with Arthur in Salisbury. Gone to be married? Gone to swear peace? False blood joined to false blood? Gone to be friends? Shall Louis have Blanche, and shall Blanche have those provinces? It cannot be. You have spoken wrongly or heard wrongly. Think carefully, tell your story again. It cannot be. You are only saying it is so. I hope I may not trust you, because your word is only the empty breath of an ordinary man. Believe me, man, I do not believe you. I have a king's oath saying the opposite. You shall be punished for frightening me like this, for I am sick and open to fear, crushed by wrongs and therefore full of fear. A widow without a husband, subject to fear, a woman naturally born to fear. And even if you now confess that you were only joking, my troubled spirits could not make peace with me. They would quake and tremble all this day. What do you mean by shaking your head? Why do you look so sadly at my son? What does that hand upon your breast mean? Why is your eye filled with that sorrowful water, like a proud river rising over its banks? Are these sad signs proof of your words? Then speak again, not all your former story, but this one word, whether your story is true. As true as I believe you think false the people who give you reason to prove that what I say is true. Oh, if you teach me to believe this sorrow, then teach this sorrow how to make me die. Let belief and life meet like the fury of two desperate men who, at the very moment they meet, fall and die. Louis, marry Blanche. Oh boy, then where are you? France friends with England? What becomes of me? Fellow, begone. I cannot bear the sight of you. This news has made you a most ugly man. What other harm have I done, good lady, except speak of the harm that others have done? That harm is so hideous in itself that it makes harmful every one who speaks of it. I beg you, madam, be calm. If you, who tell me to be calm, were grim, ugly, and a slander to your mother's womb, full of unpleasant blemishes and unsightly stains, lame, foolish, crooked, dark, unnatural, patched with foul moles and marks offensive to the eye, I would not care. Then I would be calm, because then I would not love you, no, nor would you suit your great birth or deserve a crown. But you are beautiful, dear boy, and at your birth nature and fortune joined to make you great. In nature's gifts you can boast beside lilies and the half-open rose. But fortune, oh, she is corrupted, changed, and won away from you. She commits adultery every hour with your Uncle John, and with her golden hand has pulled France on to trample down the fair respect due to sovereignty, and has made his majesty a pander to theirs. France is a pander to fortune, and King John, that whore fortune, that usurping John. Tell me, fellow, is France not forsworn? Poison him with words, or get away, and leave alone those woes that I alone am bound to bear. Pardon me, madam, but I may not go to the king's without you. You may, you shall. I will not go with you. I will teach my sorrows to be proud, for grief is proud and makes its owner stoop. Let kings gather before me and before the condition of my great grief, for my grief is so great that no support but the huge solid earth can hold it up. Here I and my sorrows sit. Here is my throne, tell kings to come bow to it. Constance seats herself on the ground. King John, King Philip, Louis, Blanche, Eleanor, Bastard, Austria, and attendants enter. It is true, fair daughter, and this blessed day shall always be kept as a festival in France. To solemnize this day, the glorious sun stands still in his course, and plays the alchemist, turning the thin, cloddy earth to glittering gold with the splendor of his precious eye. The yearly cycle that brings this day around shall never see it as anything but a holy day. A wicked day and not a holy day. What has this day deserved? What has it done, that it should be written in golden letters among the great feasts in the calendar? No, rather turn this day out of the week, this day of shame, oppression, and perjury. Or, if it must remain there, let pregnant wives pray that their children are not born on this day, lest their hopes be monstrously crossed. But on this day let sailors fear no wreck, let no bargains break, except those made this day. On this day, all things begun come to a bad end. Yes, faith itself changes into hollow falsehood. By heaven, lady, you shall have no cause to curse the fair proceedings of this day. Have I not pledged my majesty to you? You have deceived me with a counterfeit that looked like majesty, but when touched and tested proves worthless. You are forsworn, forsworn. You came in arms to spill my enemy's blood, but now in arms you strengthen that blood with yours. The gripping force and harsh frown of war have grown cold in friendship and painted peace, and our oppression has made up this alliance. Arm yourselves, heavens, against these perjured kings. A widow cries out, "Be a husband to me, heavens!" Do not let the hours of this ungodly day wear out the day in peace. Before sunset, set armed discord between these perjured kings. Hear me, oh hear me! Lady Constance, peace! War! War! No peace! Peace is war to me. O Limoges, O Austria, you shame that bloody spoil. You slave, you wretch, you coward! You are little in courage, great in villainy. You are always strong on the stronger side. You are fortune's champion, who never fights unless her changeable ladyship stands by to teach you safety. You are perjured too, and you flatter greatness. What a fool you are, a swaggering fool, to boast and stamp and swear on my side. You cold-blooded slave, have you not spoken like thunder for my cause? Have you not sworn yourself my soldier, telling me to depend on your stars, your fortune, and your strength? And do you now fall over to my enemies? You wear a lion's hide. Take it off for shame, and hang a calfskin on those cowardly limbs. Oh, that a man should speak those words to me. And hang a calfskin on those cowardly limbs. You would not dare say that, villain, if you value your life. And hang a calfskin on those cowardly limbs. We do not like this. You forget yourself. Here comes the holy legate of the Pope. Pandulph enters. Hail, you anointed deputies of heaven. My holy errand is to you, King John. I, Pandulph, Cardinal of fair Milan, and here is legate from Pope Innocent, in his name solemnly demand why you so wilfully defy the Church, our Holy Mother, and by force keep Stephen Langton, the chosen Archbishop of Canterbury, from that holy seat. In the name of our said Holy Father, Pope Innocent, I demand this of you. What earthly name can call a sacred king's free breath to answer questions? Cardinal, you cannot devise a name so slight, unworthy, and ridiculous to force me to answer as the Pope. Tell him this tale, and from the mouth of England add this much more. No Italian priest shall collect tithe or tax in our dominions. As we under God, our supreme head, so under him we alone will uphold the great supremacy where we reign, without the assistance of any mortal hand. Tell the Pope so, setting aside all reverence for him and his usurped authority. Brother of England, you blaspheme in this. Though you and all the kings of Christendom are so grossly led by this meddling priest, fearing the curse that money may buy off, and with the merit of vile gold, dross, and dust, purchase corrupt pardon from a man who, in that sale, sells a pardon he cannot even grant himself. Though you and all the rest, so grossly led, support this juggling witchcraft with revenue, yet I alone, set myself against the Pope, and count his friends my enemies. Then, by the lawful power I have, you shall stand cursed and excommunicated. Blessed shall be the man who revolts from his allegiance to a heretic, and meritorious shall that hand be called, canonized and worshipped as a saint, that by any secret means takes away your hateful life. Oh, let it be lawful for me to have space together with Rome to curse for a while. Good Father Cardinal, say amen to my sharp curses, because without the wrong done to me no tongue has the power to curse him properly. There is law and authority, lady, for my curse. Who are mine too. When law cannot do what is right, then let it be lawful that law should not block a wrong person from speaking. Law cannot give my child his kingdom here, because the man who holds his kingdom also holds the law. So, since the law itself has become complete injustice, how can the law forbid my tongue to curse? Philip of France, at the risk of a curse, let go of that heretic's hand, and raise the power of France against him unless he submits himself to Rome. Do you look pale, France? Do not let go of his hand. Look to that devil in case France repents, and by parting hands, hell loses his soul. King Philip, listen to the Cardinal. And hang a calfskin on his cowardly limbs. Well, ruffian, I must swallow these insults because your breeches are the best place to carry them. Philip, what do you say to the Cardinal? What should he say except what the Cardinal says? Think carefully, Father. The choice is either to gain a heavy curse from Rome, or to suffer the light loss of England as a friend. Give up the easier thing. That is the curse of Rome. Oh, Louis, stand firm. The devil tempts you here in the likeness of a newly dressed bride. The Lady Constance does not speak from her faith, but from her need. Oh, if you grant my need, which only lives because faith has died, then that need must prove this principle. Faith would live again if need were killed. So trample down my need, and faith rises up. Keep my need alive, and faith is trampled down. The king is moved, and gives no answer to this. Oh, be moved away from him, and answer rightly. Do so, King Philip. Hang no longer in doubt. Hang nothing but a calfskin, you sweet fool. I am confused, and do not know what to say. What can you say that will not confuse you even more, if you remain excommunicated and cursed? Good Reverend Father, put yourself in my place, and tell me what you would do. This royal hand and mine have just been joined. The union of our inward souls has been married in alliance, coupled and linked together with all the religious strength of sacred vows. The last breath that shaped words between us swore deep faith, peace, friendship, and true love between our kingdoms and our royal selves. And just before this truce, only just before it, no longer ago than the time it took us to wash our hands and seal this royal bargain of peace, heaven knows those hands were smeared and stained with blood, where revenge had painted the terrible dispute of angry kings. Shall these hands, so lately cleansed of blood, so newly joined in love, so strong in both, break this grasp and this friendly greeting? Shall we play fast and loose with faith, jest with heaven, and make ourselves such changeable children that now again we snatch palm from palm, unswear sworn faith, and on the marriage bed of smiling peace march a bloody army, making a riot on the gentle face of true sincerity? O holy sir, my reverend father, do not let it be so. Out of your grace, devise, command, impose some gentle order, and then we shall be blessed to do your pleasure and remain friends. All form is formless, and all order is disorder, except what stands against England's love. Therefore to arms. Be the champion of our church, or let the church, our mother, breathe her curse, a mother's curse, upon her rebellious son. France, you may more safely hold a serpent by the tongue, an enraged lion by its deadly paw, or a starving tiger by the tooth, than keep in peace the hand you are holding. I may part my hand from his, but not my faith. Then you make faith the enemy of faith, and like a civil war you set oath against oath, your tongue against your tongue. Oh, let the vow you first made to heaven be the first performed to heaven, to be the champion of our church. What you swore afterward was sworn against yourself and cannot be performed by yourself. For what you have sworn to do wrongly is not wrong when it is rightly left undone, and when doing a thing leads to evil, truth is most truly served by not doing it. The better action, when purposes were mistaken, is to mistake them back again. Though indirect, that indirection becomes direct, and falsehood cures falsehood, as fire cools fire in the scorched veins of someone newly burned. It is religion that makes vows kept, but you have sworn against religion by swearing against the very thing you swear by, making one oath the guarantee of your truth against another oath. The truth you are unsure how to swear only swears not to be forsworn, otherwise what a mockery swearing would be. But you swear only in order to be forsworn, and you are most forsworn if you keep what you have sworn. Therefore your later vows, being against your first, are rebellion within yourself against yourself. You can make no better conquest than to arm your steady and nobler parts against these dizzy, loose suggestions. Our prayers will come in support of that better part, if you will accept them. But if not, then know that the danger of our curses will fall on you, so heavy that you will not shake them off, but die in despair beneath their black weight. Rebellion, outright rebellion! Will it not be? Will a calf's skin not stop that mouth of yours? Father, to arms! On your wedding day? Against the blood you have married into? What, shall our feast be kept with slaughtered men? Shall blaring trumpets and loud, rough drums, the clamors of hell, provide the music for our celebration? O husband, hear me! Alas, how new the word husband is in my mouth. For the sake of that name, which until now my tongue never pronounced, on my knee I beg you, do not take up arms against my uncle. Oh, on my knee, made hard from kneeling, I pray to you, virtuous Dauphin, do not change the judgment heaven has already intended. Now I shall see your love. What reason can be stronger with you than the name of wife? The thing that upholds the man who upholds you, his honor. Oh, your honor, Louis, your honor. I wonder that your majesty seems so cold, when such deep reasons are pulling you forward. I will pronounce a curse upon his head. You will not need to. England, I will break from you. O beautiful return of banished majesty! O foul revolt of French inconstancy! France, you will regret this hour before this hour is over. Old Time, the clock setter, that bald sexton Time, is it to be as he wills? Well then, France shall regret it. The sun is overcast with blood. Fair day, farewell. Which side must I go with? I am with both, each army has one of my hands. In their rage, while I hold both, they whirl apart and tear me in pieces. Husband, I cannot pray that you may win. Uncle, I must pray that you may lose. Father, I may not wish fortune yours. Grandam, I will not wish your wishes success. Whoever wins, on that side I shall lose. My loss is certain before the contest is played. Lady, with me your fortune lies. Where my fortune lives, there my life dies. Cousin, go gather our forces together. Bastard exits. France, I am burning up with inflamed anger, a rage whose heat has this condition. Nothing can cool it, nothing but blood, the most precious blood of France. Your rage shall burn you up, and you shall turn to ashes before our blood quenches that fire. Look to yourself, you are in danger. No more than the man who threatens me. To arms, let us hurry. They exit separately. Alarms sound and soldiers rush in and out. The bastard enters carrying Austria's head. Now by my life, this day is turning terribly hot. Some airy devil must be hovering in the sky and pouring down trouble. Lie there, Austria's head, while Philip still breathes. King John enters with Arthur and Hubert. Hubert, guard this boy. Philip, gather our forces. My mother is being attacked in our tent, and I fear she has been captured. My lord, I rescued her. Her highness is safe, so do not fear. But press on, my liege. With only a little effort, this work will come to a happy end. They leave. Alarms sound again, with fighting and retreats. King John enters with Eleanor, Arthur, the bastard, Hubert, and lords. So it shall be. Your grace will stay behind strongly guarded. Cousin, do not look so sad. Your grandmother loves you, and your uncle will be as dear to you as your father was. Oh, this will make my mother die of grief. Cousin, go to England at once. Hurry ahead of us, and before we arrive, shake out the money bags of hoarding abbots. Set, imprisoned, angels free. The fat ribs of peace must now be eaten by the hungry. Use our commission with its fullest force. Neither bell, book, nor candle will drive me back when gold and silver beckon me forward. I leave your highness. Grandmother, if I ever remember to be holy, I will pray for your fair safety. So I kiss your hand. Farewell, gentle cousin. Cousin, farewell. The bastard exits. Come here, little kinsman, listen a word. She takes Arthur aside. Come here, Hubert. Oh, my gentle Hubert, we owe you much. Inside this body there is a soul that counts itself your debtor, and means to repay your love with interest. And my good friend, your willing oath lives in my heart dearly cherished. Give me your hand. I had something to say, but I will set it to a better time. By heaven, Hubert, I am almost ashamed to say how highly I regard you. I am deeply bound to your majesty. Good friend, you have no reason to say that yet, but you will. Though time creep as slowly as it can, the day will come when I can do you good. I had something to say, but let it pass. The sun is in the sky, and this proud day, surrounded by all the pleasures of the world, is too playful and too full of show to listen to me. If the midnight bell, with its iron tongue and bronze mouth, were sounding on through the sleepy course of night, if this place where we stand were a churchyard, and you were burdened with 1,000 wrongs, or if that harsh spirit, melancholy, had baked your blood and made it heavy and thick, though it usually runs lively through your veins, making that fool laughter hold men's eyes and stretch their cheeks into pointless merriment, a feeling hateful to my purposes, or if you could see me without eyes, hear me without ears, and answer me without a tongue, using thought alone, without eyes, ears, and the dangerous sound of words, then in spite of the watchful daylight brooding over us, I would pour my thoughts into your heart. But I will not. Yet I love you well, and truly, I think you love me well. So well that whatever you command me to undertake, even if my death were tied to the deed, by heaven, I would do it. Do I not know you would? Good Hubert, 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 cast your eye on that young boy. I will tell you this, my friend, he is a true serpent in my path. Wherever this foot of mine treads, he lies before me. Do you understand me? You are his keeper, and I will keep him in such a way that he shall not trouble your majesty. Death. My lord? A grave. He shall not live. Enough. I could be cheerful now. Hubert, I love you. Well, I will not say what I intend for you. Remember. Madam, farewell. I will send those forces over to your majesty. My blessing go with you. Go to England, cousin. Hubert shall be your man and attend you with all true duty. On toward Calais, ho! They all leave. King Philippe, Louis, Pandulph, and attendants enter the French king's tent. So, like a whole fleet of condemned ships scattered and broken apart by a roaring storm at sea, our forces are split from one another. Take courage and comfort. Everything may still turn out well. What can turn out well when we have gone so badly? Have we not been beaten? Is Angiers not lost? Is Arthur not taken prisoner? Have many dear friends not been killed? And has not bloody England gone back into England, forcing his way past every obstacle, in spite of France? Whatever he has won, he has secured. Such fierce speed arranged with such judgment, such measured order in so violent a cause, there is no example like it. Who has ever read or heard of any similar action? I could bear England having that praise, if only we could find some example to match our shame. Look who comes here, a body that is like a grave for a soul, holding the eternal spirit against her will in the miserable prison of suffering breath. Please, lady, come away with me. Constance enters. Look now. Now see what has come from your peace. Be patient, good lady. Take comfort, gentle Constance. No. I reject every piece of advice and every remedy except the one that ends all advice, and is the true remedy. Death, death, kind, lovely death. You sweet, smelling stench, you sound in solid rottenness, rise from the bed of endless night, you hatred and terror of prosperity, and I will kiss your hateful bones. I will set my eyes in the hollow sockets of your brow. I will wear your household worms as rings on these fingers. I will stop this opening of breath with foul dust, and become a carrion monster like you. Come, grin at me, and I will think you are smiling. I will kiss you as your wife. You are the love of misery. Oh, come to me. Oh, fair sufferer, be quiet. No, no, I will not be quiet while I have breath to cry. Oh, if only my tongue were in the mouth of thunder. Then I would shake the world with my grief, and wake that cruel skeleton from sleep, though it cannot hear a lady's weak voice and scorns an ordinary summons. Lady, what you speak is madness, not sorrow. You are not holy when you lie about me so. I am not mad. This hair I tear is mine. My name is Constance. I was Geoffrey's wife. Young Arthur is my son, and he is lost. I am not mad, I wish to heaven I were. Then I might forget myself. Oh, if I could, what grief would I forget? Preach some philosophy that can make me mad, and you shall be made a saint cardinal. For since I am not mad, but fully aware of grief, my reasonable mind reasons out how I may be freed from these sorrows, and teaches me to kill or hang myself. If I were mad, I would forget my son, or in madness think a bundle of rags was him. I am not mad. Too well, I feel the separate torment of every calamity. Tie up those locks of hair. Oh, what love I see in the beautiful number of her hairs! Wherever by chance a silver tear has fallen, 10,000 thin friends cling to that drop in shared grief, like true, inseparable, faithful lovers, sticking together in calamity. To England, if you wish. Tie up your hair. Yes, I will, and why will I do it? I tore them loose from their bonds and cried aloud, oh, if only these hands could redeem my son as they have given these hairs their freedom. But now I envy their freedom, and I will bind them again, because my poor child is a prisoner. And Father Cardinal, I have heard you say that we shall see and know our friends in heaven. If that is true, I shall see my boy again. For from the birth of Cain, the first male child, down to the child who only breathed yesterday, no creature so full of grace was ever born. But now wasting sorrow will eat my bud and drive the natural beauty from his cheek. He will look as hollow as a ghost, as dim and thin as a fit of fever, and so he will die. And when he rises again, in that same state, when I meet him in the court of heaven, I shall not know him. Therefore never, never must I see my pretty Arthur again. You give grief too terrible a place in your mind. A man speaks to me who never had a son. You love your grief as dearly as your child. Grief fills the room of my absent child. It lies in his bed, walks up and down with me, puts on his pretty looks, repeats his words, reminds me of all his gracious qualities, and fills out his empty clothes with his shape. Then do I not have reason to love grief? Farewell. If you had suffered a loss like mine, I could comfort you better than you comfort me. I will not keep this orderly shape upon my head when there is such disorder in my mind. O Lord, my boy, my Arthur, my fair son, my life, my joy, my food, my whole world, my widow's comfort, and the cure for my sorrows. Constance unbinds her hair and exits. He or she may do some desperate violence, and I will follow her. King Philip exits. There is nothing in this world that can give me joy. Life is as tiresome as a story told twice, irritating the dull ear of a drowsy man, and bitter shame has ruined the sweet taste of the world, so that it gives nothing but shame and bitterness. Before a strong disease is cured, at the very moment when health is returning, the fit is strongest. Evils, when they are leaving, show themselves most evil at their departure. What have you lost by losing this day? All days of glory, joy, and happiness. If you had won this day, then certainly you would have lost those. No, no. When fortune means to do men the most good, she looks at them with a threatening eye. It is strange to consider how much King John has lost in this victory he thinks he has won so completely. Are you not grieved that Arthur is his prisoner? As deeply as he is glad to have him. Your mind is as young as your blood. Now listen to me speak with a prophetic spirit, for the very breath of what I mean to say shall blow every speck of dust, every straw, every little obstacle, out of the path that shall lead your foot straight to England's throne. So pay attention. John has seized Arthur, and it cannot be that, while warm life still moves in that child's veins, the wrongly placed John should enjoy 1 hour, 1 minute, no, not one quiet breath of rest. A scepter snatched with a lawless hand must be violently held, as it was violently gained. A man standing on a slippery place does not hesitate to grab any vile support to keep himself upright. So for John to stand, Arthur must fall. Let it be so, for it cannot be otherwise. But what shall I gain by young Arthur's fall? You, through the right of Lady Blanche your wife, may then make every claim that Arthur made, and lose that claim, and my life too, as Arthur has. How green and fresh you are in this old world! John lays traps for you, but the times conspire in your favor. The man who soaks his safety in innocent blood will find only bloody safety, and false safety too. This deed, so wickedly carried out, will cool the hearts of all his people and freeze their zeal, so that no advantage, however small, will step forward to challenge his reign without their cherishing it. No natural vapor in the sky, no unusual course of nature, no disordered day, no common wind, no ordinary event, will be allowed to keep its natural cause. They will tear that cause away and call such things meteors, wonders, and signs, unnatural births, omens, and voices from heaven, openly announcing vengeance upon John. Perhaps he will not touch young Arthur's life, but will think himself safe by keeping him imprisoned. Oh, sir, when he hears of your approach, if young Arthur is not already dead, that very news will kill him. Then the hearts of all his people will revolt from John, kiss the lips of unfamiliar change, and draw strong reasons for rebellion and anger from the bloody tips of John's fingers. I think I can already see this uproar underway. And, oh, what better cause for you is growing than the one I have named. The bastard Falconbridge is now in England, ransacking the church and offending charity. If only a dozen French soldiers were there in arms, they would act like a signal to draw 10,000 English to their side, or like a little snowball rolled about that soon becomes a mountain. O noble Dauphin, come with me to the king. It is wonderful what may be achieved from their discontent, now that their souls are filled to the top with offense. Go for England. I will sharpen the king toward action. Strong reasons make strong actions. Let us go. If you say yes, the king will not say no. They exit. Hubert enters with 2 executioners. He orders the irons heated until they are hot, and tells one man to stand hidden behind the tapestry. When Hubert stamps his foot on the floor, the man is to rush out and bind the boy he finds with Hubert tightly to the chair. Hubert tells them to be careful, then sends them away to watch. I hope your warrant will protect us for doing this. Dirty doubts. Do not be afraid. See to it. The executioners leave. Hubert calls for the young lad to come out, saying he has something to say to him. Arthur enters. Good morning, Hubert. Good morning, little prince. A very little prince, though I have so great a title that I might be a greater prince than I am. You look sad. It is true. I have been happier. God have mercy on me. I think no one should be sad except me. Yet I remember when I was in France, young gentlemen would act as sad as night just for sport. By my Christian faith, if I were out of prison and kept sheep, I would be as merry as the day is long. I would be merry here too, except that I fear my uncle is plotting more harm against me. He is afraid of me, and I am afraid of him. Is it my fault that I was Geoffrey's son? No, truly it is not. I wish to heaven I were your son, if only you would love me, Hubert. If I talk with him, his innocent chatter will wake the mercy in me that now lies dead. So I must be quick and get it done. Are you sick, Hubert? You look pale today. Truly, I almost wish you were a little sick, so I could sit all night and watch beside you. I promise I love you more than you love me. His words are taking hold of my heart. Read this, young Arthur. Hubert shows him a paper. What now, foolish tears? Are you trying to drive pitiless torture out the door? I must be brief, or my resolve will fall from my eyes in soft, womanish tears. Can you not read it? Is it not written plainly? Too plainly, Hubert, for so foul a purpose. Must you burn out both my eyes with hot irons? Young boy, I must. And will you? And I will. Have you the heart? When your head only ached, I tied my handkerchief around your forehead, the best one I had, one a princess had made for me, and I never asked you to give it back. At midnight I held your head in my hand, and like the watchful minutes that mark the hour, again and again I helped the heavy time pass, saying, What do you need? Where is your pain? What loving service can I do for you? Many a poor man's son would have lain still and never spoken one loving word to you, but in your sickness you had a prince serving you. No, perhaps you may think my love was crafty love, and call it cunning. Do so if you will. If heaven is pleased that you must treat me badly, then you must. Will you put out my eyes, these eyes that never did and never shall so much as frown at you? I have sworn to do it, and with hot irons I must burn them out. Ah, no one but someone living in this iron age would do it. The iron itself, though heated red hot, if it came near these eyes, would drink my tears and quench its fiery anger in the very substance of my innocence. Then it would waste away in rust, because it had held fire meant to harm my eye. Are you harder and more stubborn than hammered iron? If an angel had come to me and told me Hubert would put out my eyes, I would not have believed him. No tongue could make me believe it except Hubert's own. Hubert stamps his foot. The executioners enter with cords, irons, and other things. Come out. Do as I told you. Oh, save me, Hubert, save me. My eyes are already put out by the fierce looks of these bloody men. Give me the iron, I say, and bind him here. Alas, why must you be so violently rough? I will not struggle. I will stand as still as stone. For heaven's sake, Hubert, do not let me be bound. No, hear me, Hubert. Send these men away, and I will sit as quietly as a lamb. I will not move or flinch or speak a word or look angrily at the iron. Only push these men away, and I will forgive you whatever torment you put me through. Go. Stand inside. Leave me alone with him. I am glad to be away from such a deed. The executioners leave. Alas, then I have scolded away my friend. He has a stern look, but a gentle heart. Let him come back, so his compassion may give life to yours. Come, boy, prepare yourself. Is there no remedy? None, except to lose your eyes. Oh heaven, if only there were a speck in yours, a grain, a bit of dust, a gnat, a wandering hair, any tiny irritation in that precious sense. Then, feeling how painful small things can be there, your wicked intention would have to seem horrible to you. Is this your promise? Come, hold your tongue. Hubert, even 2 tongues would not be enough to plead for a pair of eyes. Do not make me hold my tongue. Do not, Hubert. Or, Hubert, if you must, cut out my tongue if I may keep my eyes. Oh, spare my eyes, even if they do nothing but look at you. Look, by my faith, the instrument is cold and would not harm me. I can heat it, boy. No, truly, the fire has died of grief. It was made for comfort, and now it is being used for undeserved cruelty. See for yourself. There is no malice in this burning coal. The breath of heaven has blown its spirit out and scattered repentant ashes over its head. But with my breath, I can bring it back to life, boy. And if you do, you will only make it blush and glow with shame at what you are doing, Hubert. No, perhaps it will sparkle into your eyes, and like a dog forced to fight, snap at the master who urges it on. Everything you would use to wrong me refuses to do its work. Only you lack the mercy that fierce fire and iron show, though those are things known for merciless uses. Well, live then. I will not touch your eye for all the treasure your uncle owns. Yet I am sworn, and I did intend, boy, to burn them out with this very iron. Oh, now you look like Hubert. All this time you were disguised. Peace. No more. Farewell. Your uncle must believe you are dead. I will fill these hard-hearted spies with false reports. And, pretty child, sleep without doubt and be secure that Hubert, for all the wealth in the world, will not harm you. Oh, heaven! I thank you, Hubert. Silence. No more. Come secretly inside with me. I am taking on great danger for you. They leave.
And there we pause on the one mercy in a merciless play. Hubert came to see out Arthur's eyes by the king's order, and the boys pleading unmanned him. He has spared the prince and hidden him alive, and means to tell John a comfortable lie. But mercy in this story is a frail thing. Out in the world, the lords already smell murder, a French army is loading its ships, and a cardinal is doing arithmetic with a child's life. Next time, in the last part, a second crowning that pleases no one, a leap from a high wall, a king humble before Rome, and a death by poison in an abbey orchard. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.